sneak peek of episode 87 of Created in the Image of God. This is Meet Steven Machat. Dive into the intriguing world of Steven Machat, a multifaceted talent, attorney, accountant, producer, and author. As he unveils his unique take on the Bible through an alternative interpretation of its events, get ready for a groundbreaking journey beyond traditional narratives, where Machat challenges the status quo with his insightful perspectives. And boy, howdy, are they mind bending. Now, last week we had Stephen's friend Nimrod on the show who actually introduced us. And for those of you who know, Nimrod is a biblical character who built the city of Bab El, the Akkadian meaning of which is gate of God. And from that gate of God, Nimrod wanted to build a tower to heaven. Now, this story has intrigued me for many decades, and I've spent a lot of time studying into it. And I've had my own mind bending conclusions about what it means. When then the creator God came down and said, hey, every thought of man is only evil continually. And I'm going to stop this by confusing the languages, separating the people, and stopping the work on the tower because they won't be able to talk to each other. But Stephen, you're here to tell me that there's a whole lot more to this story and that I don't really understand what's going on at all with it.
Well, and it's nothing personal. It's nothing against anything. We live in a world where they try to control your thoughts. You're either A or B, but that's not true. You live in a world that has to go around. It goes around. It's a circle. And, we're trained so we live inside a matrix where it's A to B. Well, I'm not like that. It's a circle. There's 360 views on why we do what we do to each other. The Bible that you're quoting was written and was created when the English left the Vatican and they needed their own Bible. This is after Henry VIII and Queen Elizabeth. And King James in 1603 created the English Bible, the Bible of King James. But it's all around having a sky god that tells you what you can and can't do. And instead of love, everything, creation is love. But all of a sudden, the sky god, what it is sky god tells you what you have to do, and you have to serve sky god. And all of us are parents, and we're all creators, or we're children, and we love our parents. We don't fear our parents. And if you fear your parents, there's something really wrong with it. So what I try to do is to give you a 360-degree view of why all these years after the creation of mankind, it's what's going on here. Why do we live in fear of God? And what is God? So I tell you what God is from the scriptures I've read and the scriptures that have been interpreted. And I bring it to you. And what I did is, how did I, of all people, get to do this? And this is what may intrigue you about me. I've lived all over the world. I visited all the 7 wonders of this world, that world, and all the worlds. I've done it through producing music, doing tours. I've lived and worked with very intuitive people who have imagination and know how to create, and I've worked with many, many creators. And, when you introduced me, you gave some names. And I've done this my whole life, and I'm still doing it. And I just don't want people to live in fear. I don't want you to believe Sky God said we could kill each other. I don't want you to believe that we're not all the same energy, and we are all from the same energy called the Creator. God is what in the film called themselves. They also called heaven their planet Nibiru. So what I try to do is instruct this, and at the same time, I'm still producing music. I have some great new recordings coming out, and my whole goal is to make people believe in love. We don't live in love. We live in fear. We allow very dark energies to take us over and control us. And I know you're looking and I'm looking. And I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but I like my interpretation a lot more. I believe in love, and I believe we don't die. We are eternal energies. And I'm going to leave it with you. And we're going to go there, aren't we?
We sure are. So, Stephen, I cannot wait to unpack many of these things. In fact, I doubt we'll be able to unpack it all in an hour, and we'll probably have to have you back on. There are things you've said that I would violently agree with, right? I can see we actually have a lot in common. Not only the fact that you've produced some of my heroes, Leonard Cohen, Peter Gabriel, and many others. I mean, that alone would be reason to talk to you. But the fact that you've written Unraveling the Bible, the fact that this is your passion and that you want to share it, the fact that you talk about a circle with 360 degrees, 360 different perspectives. My audience knows that I've often said, you can't tell somebody else how to get to God because they're coming from the opposite side. And when you say you need to turn right, you're telling them the exact wrong thing as to how they need to get there, right? We will each find our own path through our own eyes with our own perspective because each of us has something to contribute. So there's a lot in common. There's a lot that we agree with. And I can't wait actually to dive into some of the areas where we have a difference of opinion. And, maybe we'll each learn something from each other. Maybe the audience
And,
will learn something from each of us. And maybe we'll just walk away, as Bob Dylan says, with a different point of view.
by the way, that's all life's about. That's it.
Amen.
Share your points of views, dialogue, and let's go. Let's turn right.
So,
Let's go clockwise. Let's go counterclockwise and meet where we meet.
so, our audience, you really have a special treat coming up. Remember, it's every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Central Time on whatever channel you're watching it on, whether it's the YouTube channel from Something Other Publishing, the Clearwater Baha'i channel, various Facebook channels, the Interfaith Library. I mean, this show is being streamed out on more and more channels every week. Cannot wait till 8 p.m. Tuesday night, where we will let Steven Machat just go crazy and share his perspectives, and we'll see what we can learn from him. So until then, stay safe, and we can't wait to see you then.